Hello, gorgeous. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. It is your girl Tamika. She is Tamika and Tamika is she. Hey, she is Tamika and Tamika is she. Hey, she is Tamika. Tamika is me. All right, gorgeous. Let's go ahead and get into this topic because this topic was heavily inspired by my girl, my gorgeous Purple Bellflower. She asked me on the live, when did I notice the food noise coming back after quitting Zepbound? So let's go ahead and get right into that topic. But honey, if you are new here and you don't understand what I'm talking about and you're not sure what is going on, you will have to watch 3 different videos in order to know what I'm saying. I will have those posted down below so that you can check that out. But I used to be on Zepbound. It's been 4 months now since I've had my last injection. I was at my lowest of 133. I purposely gained 24 pounds so that I can feel better about myself and put on a little bit more weight. Then I purposely lost 9 pounds just to, trim up some of that fat that I had around my stomach from the intentional weight gain that I chose to go on after quitting Zepbound. Now, I do want to say that I've had the pleasure to experience Wegovy and Zepbound. I did Wegovy in 2023, stayed on it for 4 months, and post Wegovy, my food noise came back within 2 months. Now, I was not ready to get off of it. I was on 1.7 milligrams and I had to quit because of financial reasons. I had to pay out of pocket because of the copay. And I stopped for about 9 months, and then I was introduced to Zepbound, and I stayed on Zepbound for a whole year. And within that year, I would say I lost all of my weight plus more than what I bargained for. And it was a great experience. But with Wegovy, it just made me feel full, but I still ate sweets, and I would also find sugar-free alternatives. Like, the food noise to me was still there, but I was just full quicker than normal. So with Zepbound, the food noise was gone, and I was feeling full quicker than usual, being off of the GLP-1 and versus being on Wegovy. And food noise is basically this hunger hormone, which everybody has, but it's a food noise of you're constantly thinking about food. You could have eaten breakfast, and then within 2-3 hours later, you're hungry again, or you're thinking about, what am I going to eat? I can't wait for this next meal. Or you can eat a whole entire 3 meals, but then you want something sweet, and then you want more sweet, and then you want more, and you want more, and you want more. So it's kind of hard to control that hunger hormone, and the GLP-1 medication does come in and it helps with that. But it just depends on which one you're getting. If you're getting the one with the one agonist, or you're getting the one with the 2. Now there's a new one. I call it, it's Retatiptide, but I call it Ratatouille. But that's not the name, so don't look it up because it will come up as the cartoon. But that one has 3 components in it, so it's a triple dose. I was on the one with Zepbound, which had the double dose, and it did its job. To me, it was like a fat burner. Not only did I lose pounds, but even when I wasn't losing a whole lot of pounds, your girl was losing inches, and that's what made me look extra small. So let's go to the food noise. So on that live, Purple Bellflower asked that question, and I couldn't really respond to her in a way where I felt confident enough, because as I already stated, after quitting Zepbound, I purposely gained weight. I purposely gained 24 pounds, and then I purposely lost 9 of those pounds. So I'm at a healthy weight, and I have a little bit more curves on my body, which I am perfectly fine with. Now, since that live, I do want to mention that for the past 5 or 6 months of this year, I did not have a cycle. So I thought I was in the clear because I thought I was going into like a perimenopause. But from January of this year all the way back, I did have a cycle, and the Zepbound did help with that. I would eat alternative sweets like low carb ice cream, well, the Carb Smart from the Breyers chocolate. I would eat that. And I never went so far as to like how I did with Wegovy, just finding sugar-free candy, sugar-free this, sugar-free that. I didn't do that because that food noise was not there. So I didn't have that desire to eat the same type of foods I ate on Wegovy or just prior to taking the GLP-1 medication. So I didn't really have a big appetite for a whole lot of different foods, and I kept everything simple. So when I did not have a cycle on Zepbound, I was like, "Ooh, okay, good. I'm in the clear. This will be easy for me because I think I'm going through perimenopause, so therefore I may not have a cycle and I won't have any food cravings." Well, 2 days after that live, I did have a cycle, and the food cravings was like knocking at the door, and we were fighting each other because I was fighting for my life, okay, with those food cravings. Those sugar cravings came back. I wanted more than just the Breyers ice cream. I wanted cookies, I wanted donuts, I wanted everything. But did I give into it? No. There were times where my husband was like, well, you don't need the whole cookie, just eat half of the cookie. So that's exactly what I did. And it was just like a one-time thing. And I remember the week of 4th of July, they had so much stuff going on, but I gave in that one time. I think I did. I gave in one time and I ate a donut, but I didn't eat the cupcake. But needless to say, I just wanted to say that it's all about mindset, and whatever you did during your GLP-1 medication journey, or whatever you did to lose weight, whether you were on the medication or not, it's the same best practices that you have to put into place when you get off. But the difference is you will not have the GLP-1 medication to control that hunger hormone for you. So now you have to figure out how to navigate through that. And that is what my channel is basically about, is navigating my way post Zepbound and how I am going about it. And it's a little different now because the food noise is back. But did I gain weight during that cycle? I gained 3 pounds. That was it. And then I lost it. So now I'm back in the 148 range, and I'm okay with that, and I'm good with that. Do I get a little nervous? I'm not going to say I fear, but I do get nervous that there's a possibility that, well, if next month or months down the line, something gets a little out of control. And that's like a conversation that I would have to have with my doctor. And I said that before, where we would have to discuss some other alternatives maybe to help me out. But I'm really pushing to do this on my own without the help of the medication, because it was only meant for me to do it short term. That was my goal. There are others out here in the GLP-1 community who is going to do this full term for life, and that is okay too. Some people don't want to have that hunger hormone ever again. Me, I don't mind having it because I feel like it is important for me to have that hunger hormone. I want my body to do what it's supposed to do naturally. Tell me when I'm hungry and let me know when I'm full. But I don't want to go back into my bad habits of just eating popcorn, a bunch of sweets. So how do I go about that? How did I lose 9 pounds and I wasn't on the GLP-1 medication? I did that by doing low carb. And I'm not saying by, eating only 50 grams of carbs. No, I just did low carb. How did I know I was doing low carb? Because I was no longer eating 300-400 grams of carbs when I was on the reverse diet to gain weight. I knew once I scaled back, I was going to end up dropping weight, and that is exactly what happened. So I know mentally, don't overeat. So that's like my number one mechanism for me to help me to not to overeat. So this journey is going to be very interesting for the rest of this year. We're going to see how Tamika holds out But I just wanted to share with you, girl, that the food noise it's back. It's there, but it doesn't last long for me. And my cycle only lasted for about 3 days and then it stopped. So I don't know. It's a bit weird. I am on the Mirena, and that's the IUD. And I never had this problem where I missed a period like that before, that long. I would miss like a month or 2 months out of the year, but I never missed February all the way up until July in one consecutive, in 1 year, back to back consecutive months. So I never had that happen. So I believe that's what it was. But again, I don't know what it's going to be like continuing on this journey. There are others who are going to be getting off or coming off the injections, and going to be other people sharing their journeys about them, getting off the medication. And I think getting everyone's perspective, outlook on how their experience is post GLP-1 medication is going to be helpful to somebody who is not making videos and who wants to know, because some people might fear or be scared because they feel like I'm going to gain the weight back, because everything else I gained the weight back, like doing keto or Weight Watchers and all these other things out here, I gained weight back. But with the GLP-1 medication, I didn't. And I just said with Wegovy, I did not gain weight back. I did not gain all my weight back. To go from 190 to 170, and then from 72 or 174 when I started Zepbound to be at 133. Come on. Like, I feel like I can do this. I know I can do this, but there is those little noises that, what have you think that you might end up gaining the weight back because everything else failed. So if you are on the GLP-1 medication, drop it down in the comment section below. If you are planning on getting off or staying on, drop that down below. And will you be sharing your journey? And if so, what are your plans, so that you can share with someone else who may be watching the video, and go down into the comments and you'll be able to help encourage them and share your insights. But that's basically what I do. I do low carb, and I make sure I keep my sweets at bay and try not to overindulge on it. And I still work out. That is a must. Same thing I did during the journey, the same thing I got to do after the journey. It's not supposed to stop, because when you stop, that's when you gain the weight back, right? Okay. So as I stated in another video, that I said that if I ever do plan on getting back on the injections, to take it once a month or every other month or however, I will let you guys know. But in the meantime, it is solo dolo over here, and I am fighting for my life on this side, but I'm winning, okay? And it doesn't mean I'm losing if I choose to get back on it. Nobody's losing. Everybody's winning because you decided to make a decision to lose weight. So kudos to you, and kudos to everyone who is making the decision that is right for them. I am always going to rock with you, and there is no judgment on this end, okay? So I just want to share that with you. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, gorgeous.